Betwixt the ruby seas, deep in the eye of the storm, a bastion of beef and hope lies nestled in the sand. 4 men almost lost to the deep now find tranquility within its walls. And now they're inviting you in for a tale unlike anything you've ever heard before.
It's off a little bit of ASMR, if that's okay. This is Kanye West in your ear ASMR.
Yo, go ahead, intro the podcast. Yo, intro the shit.
Okay.
Call me
right.
every time there's a gunshot, put another day on the everyday bro counter.
Oh yes, Kudos knows what it is. Andrew didn't know when I put it on there.
I thought it was the Gummo fucking intro.
That is fucking Jake Paul Block.
Oh.
Yo, they heard the
What
gunshots,
is that?
bro.
This current being tested. Please ignore all turns and do not evacuate. Thank you.
The Australian
Why
surveillance
is it
state
so
heard the
nice?
gunshots through your headphones.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Wait, what
Speaking of the
happened?
devil after last week.
Where am I?
Do you have to evacuate?
Yeah, do you have to
No,
evacuate?
it's just a test.
Bro, I can't hear you, bro. What's
Just
happening?
doing a
I
test.
like how right when we start recording, your fucking apartment starts screaming. You guys have fucking ambulance sirens as your fire alarm?
Yeah, what do you have?
It's just like
It just beeps, I guess.
Yeah, it just beeps, and then you have like a little Siri that says,
Fire, fire.
Oh, I don't even have
Fire,
that. Shit just
fire.
beeps. I've never heard
I don't
words
have
come
a-
out of a fire alarm.
yeah, the new one's
I
got
don't
a
have a
little
soundboard,
Siri
so
in
that's
it.
mine. That's my
Yeah,
soundboard.
yeah.
I got
Oh,
them
yeah.
to tee that up.
Yeah, what if it was like a Tesla where you could like customize it, you know?
Jake Paul be like,
That's Jake Paul's smoke alarm. Mine
that would be mine.
would be, yeah.
We used to have, in my house in New Jersey, we had like our fire alarm like hooked up to these giant megaphones in our attic that would like go out of like
Jesus.
the like some vents up there. So like people, like if our fire alarm went off, like the whole block would know, so that like
Yeah.
if we don't respond, they could like save our lives or some shit.
Right.
But it was like so loud, like you could straight up, like I swear to God, my fire alarm went off once when I was at gym. I live very close to my high school. And I heard my own fire alarm from high school,
Oh,
like from
weird.
my
Serious?
football field. Like,
What
yeah,
the
I swear
fuck?
to God, it's like a tornado fucking warning or some shit.
Guys, I gotta go. My
Did you run
mom's
home
dead.
and save your mum?
Yeah, guys, I gotta go home. My mom left the fucking tea kettle on, bro.
My mom's crisping. My mom's in the oven.
Anyway, welcome to Beef. We're down 1 miller, so James, you're gonna have to be twice the miller.
Yeah,
Twice the miller you were born to be.
Yeah, two
to,
miller
to
to
compensate.
curious.
I got two.
So-
I got finally. My penis is average size. It's a joke that me and Andrew both have small penises, but if you put them together,
Then you get one normal
I
size
thought you were
penis.
saying that-
one normal
you-
cock.
Oh, I
Hell
thought you were
yeah,
gonna say
let's
that you
go.
have a really small one. He has a really big one. So if you fuse together, you've now just got averaged out to a normal size.
Oh
one.
yeah, you're working with averages.
Oh,
I'm just
right.
like I'm taking the head of my
your
penis.
multiplication.
Yeah, I'm taking the head of my penis and like the cum tubes or whatever, and just feeding it into the butt of his
Cum
penis,
tubes.
and then the cum tubes go all the way to the top of his.
I guess
So
they
it's
are
just
straight
straight
my
up
cum
two
tubes are
penises on
broken.
each other.
Are they
You just-
cum tubes or are they blood tubes?
I think we got cum tubes probably.
Yeah, like cum tubes make sense, you know. But then I think like, well, tubes is plural, and like when I feel it, there's it feels like there's two in there. I think, but then like
There's
when you pee,
definitely only
there's
one tube.
I
Well,
think
it-
that
it
no, I
feels
think
like
that
there's, like, a
it's
little
the
split
same
system.
tube. I think it's the same tube for the pee, but like imagine like a sewer, but like a river, like
Right.
underground, and it's a sewer, and off to the side there's like a vent that can like open, and all the cum is like
Oh,
right
sure.
there, and then when you
Yeah.
want to nut, it vents open and it takes over the stream for a little
I
while.
think that is unironically how it works.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm just
So-
philosophizing, so if that's
Yo,
how it works, shout
you
out
do be
to
philosophizing.
the doctors
Shouts
in
out
the
Brian.
comments.
Yeah, shouts out
Shouts
Brian.
out Brian
See-
for that one for being able to figure out how my own dick works.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way I always imagined it was like you got like your piss and cum tube in the center, and then on the sides you got like
Yep,
these
the
little
classic
Shit
inflatable.
tube.
You got your one's
Don't
a
get
shit
the wires
tube.
crossed.
Yeah, that's where the shit is stored. I always imagine like like inflatable bounce houses, like
Yeah.
like big
Yeah,
big
yeah.
Call them
bouncy
bouncy
castles.
castles.
Yeah, bouncy castles. I imagine that, but in your penis. So like you got two of them on each side, like that material. So like when you get a get
Sure.
a boner, then it like it poofs up and then
No, that is. I think that is how it works for the blood.
Yeah, because
It's like
that's what
there's
shuts
two
off your
that-
piss.
I think there's one that runs up either side of your
Yeah.
crazy penis.
Wait,
And
hold
that's-
on.
I've
that's
never
why-
really looked into it
Hold
because
on.
I like
If-
the magic of not knowing.
I've
Yeah,
seen a
it's-
cross section.
it's like-
To me,
it's
it's
like
just
an
an alien.
illustration.
There's just an alien there, and when he
crazy
gets
little
going,
worm.
he grows. It's just
Yeah,
whatever.
he's got a little
man.
control system.
He
Like,
goes,
pressing
Yeah, it's
come
Scrappy
button.
Doo at the end of the IRL fucking Scooby Doo
You got
movie.
Scrappy Doo in your cock.
That's such a reference that, but somehow we've probably like hit it like 5 times over the course of this podcast. It's so
Scrappy
abstract.
is like the new
and stupid.
Shallow Hal. And it
Yeah.
annoys me because I don't remember the Scooby-Doo movie as much as I maybe should.
Those movies are great.
Right. Yeah, those
I think
movies
there's
are
2 of
epic.
them, the
Yeah.
IRL ones.
Going back to I talk about juicy fat penises. Isn't it
No.
weird that we just don't know anything about our own body? Like you don't learn anything. Like we've just got all these fucking organs and shit, and it's
Yeah.
taken us like 50,000 years to even slowly understand what any of them do. Like,
Yeah.
isn't,
we were
was it ancient
trying.
Egypt. Oh, we always were trying, but like, didn't they used to think the heart was the brain or whatever, and the brain was just like some cool shit that hangs
Cool
around?
shit.
I don't,
Some
like,
miscellaneous
They-
gems and shit in your head.
just some filler.
Yeah,
But
it's a bunch of
isn't it weird that
coins
like
and gum wrap.
your
Like an
body
air
doesn't come with
filter.
your body doesn't come with a manual or whatever. You just have like vague impulses, but
Yeah.
like it's like we don't know how any of this shit works really. We kind of do now,
Right.
somewhat, but still barely.
Yeah,
That's where
fascinating to
instincts
me.
come in. Like
That's
cats
true.
don't know how
Yeah.
their bodies work, but they don't let you go near their stomach because that's where all their organs and shit are.
that is true. Yeah,
Mm.
That is-
Instincts know how your body works, but
Yeah.
you don't.
That's true. They vaguely do. Yeah,
It's
you've got
interesting
vibes.
because the less
Yeah.
we see dead bodies, like if you were in ancient Egypt, you probably saw someone's brain like every few months. You know, like
That is
Yeah, it's
true.
probably
you
a
just
common
walk up on
us,
someone,
the
you're going
rock.
hunting, and like their brain's half eaten by like a dingo or some shit.
Yeah.
But
And
like,
you're like,
the
"Damn,
more
cool
you see,
shit."
the less we saw dead bodies, the more we somehow learned about them. Like science got
Yeah.
better but we ain't be seeing it. Like I never saw no brain, bro. I don't know what a
never
brain.
too late.
Apparently, brains are gray. I thought they were pink.
Speaking of not understanding how your organs work, but before this, like, do you guys ever have like just a switch in your brain that just like flips and like you don't know what the fuck, like it's, you know, like I felt fine literally all day. Like I was being chilling, you know, I was supposed to have today off, but then I didn't and I had to work anyway. But
Typical.
yeah, and then I was feeling completely fine, took a shower, got out of the shower, and then next thing I know, I'm like lightheaded, fucking dizzy, and I like think I'm gonna just like pass out at any given moment. And now I'm fine. Like I don't understand. What is wrong with our bodies?
Quick
Why, like
I
why
really-
can't they just
yeah.
like why can't we just get little like, you know, HUD systems like, you know, in our eyes, be like,
I don't
you know,
think-
critical failure in your liver.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's the body, bro. It's the surroundings, bro.
Oh.
Dude, there was this one time when, probably like one of the most stressful periods of my life when I first moved out here and just had no money and was like dying. And one day I just had a crazy panic attack and I like fully passed out and like hit the ground and just like
Fuck.
for like a few minutes.
Jesus.
And then for nearly 3 days, I swear to, it was the weirdest thing. And I feel like it was like partially pseudo or whatever. Like I caused it, but I don't know. But
Yeah.
for like 3 days, I couldn't, everything made my brain hurt like intensely, like debilitatingly. And I had to sit in a specific chair with my chin on my chest so that like none of these muscles were engaged. And just
Yeah.
like all I could do was look up like this, and I just watched movies for like 3 days until it stopped. And like it's like the scariest thing
fucking
that's ever happened to me.
crazy.
I
Yeah.
fully felt like
Your body put you in a sword trap.
Yeah.
yeah, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I fully felt like completely. I could not function whatsoever. It was
Yeah.
insane,
That's
and I don't know if it was a
fucking
physical or
terrifying.
mental thing, but yeah,
I mean-
anxiety's fucking wild, bro.
It's wild. Like, so one time this is funny. One time I was picking my nose, right? This was like a few years ago. One
took
time-
it
shout
too
out
far.
nose picking. I
Yeah.
love picking my nose. Fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
yo-
Me too.
Yo,
I'm an
pick-
absolute pro at it.
Yep,
Me
nose
too.
picking is epic. Shout out to all our
Do you ever,
nose
do you ever
pickers
pick
out
it and then
there.
like wipe it on the walls at your friend's house?
I wipe it on. I wipe it
my
on
friend-
Sabrina's forehead.
My friend Sean does
Yo.
it. He fucking picks his nose and wipes on your walls. It always pisses you off.
that's
It's so
fucking
It's
funny.
like a
crazy.
bunch of little. You're fucking. The inside of your house looks like a Dalmatian.
I do that at places I
Booger
don't like.
blobs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, places I don't respect. I always like wipe my boogers on like seats and shit.
Yeah, I like
funny.
go up to the manager
Yeah.
and wipe it on their forehead.
Yeah, or like if you're in line at Universal Studios and someone's standing too close to you, you just like fart on them. It's
You just like
it's
blow
fun.
a snot rocket into their hair.
Yeah, it's epic disrespecting your surroundings, as
Yeah.
David Number once said. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
David
I was picking my nose, and I don't know what the fuck happened, but it wasn't like I wasn't just sitting there picking my nose. I think I was like playing a game or something, and I just like went like that, just like did like a quick little like, you know, just seeing what was up there, and I started profusely bleeding out of my nose. I think I like cut something. I had this nosebleed, and I this is not an exaggeration. This is not. No, it's absolutely zero embellishments whatsoever. I had a nosebleed for literally half a year. Like, it did not stop. It was just like,
What
and it
the
was
fuck?
Yeah, and it was just like, you know, like I remember I went on like a few business trips, and it was just like a constant. I always had to have like Kleenex with me and shit, like just like plug it, because like it would stop for a little bit, and then like literally if I was eating, like that was the most embarrassing shit ever. Like we'd go out to like, you know, eat somewhere, and then it like just the act of like opening my mouth to eat something, it would like reopen the scab and it would just start bleeding again. And I remember
that's insane, dude.
Yeah, and it triggered something in me that like just gave me like chronic anxiety. Like I don't know if it was just like the fucking
Probably
PTSD
the lack of
from
iron.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like,
you're bleeding out of your fucking nose.
yeah, I was like, did I lose like a shit ton of blood from like bleeding this long? Because I remember what got it to stop was Sabrina and I were going to a Dance Gavin Dance show in Anaheim. It was the first Swan Fest, and I was like, I do not want my nose to bleed while I'm there. Like, I'm very excited for this night, and I don't want my nose to bleed.
Killian's gonna kiss me on stage, man. You can't
I don't want to bleed
I
on
know
his
it's gonna
lips.
happen.
Yeah. So I took some fucking it's like some off-brand Neosporin, and I just like put it all in my nose. I just like globbed it up into my nostril, and it worked. It just like I haven't had a nosebleed since then. But what followed was like just this awful chronic anxiety, and it was just like, it was so fucking weird. Like I still think about it. It's like just I had this like weird brief stint of just getting like mental fogginess. It was a very weird time, but that's how I felt today, and I was like very confused. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I've been at 100% for like a long ass time. What's going on? If I get a nosebleed, I swear to God. Yeah,
I've always been very prone to nosebleeds my whole life, and there's literally nothing like getting a nosebleed in public. It's the most embarrassing fucking shit ever.
Yeah.
I got a nosebleed on the descent into Florida on the way back from Alaska last year when I was just up there, and I had nothing, so I bled all over myself.
Fuck.
And if you ever plug next time you're on a plane and you're descending so your ears are popping, plug your nose and see how much it hurts. That is some of the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, because there's nowhere for the pressure to go. And it literally it felt like my eardrums were gonna rupture from the inside. It was nuts, because my nose just immediately got clogged with blood and inflamed and shit. But I had blood all over my I was wearing a white t-shirt, just like literally peppered in fucking blood, and like just had to walk through the airport like that. Is the most embarrassing shit of my fucking life.
Was everyone like looking at you like?
Well, yeah, this is like only a year into COVID or whatever, so it's like
sure.
That's even worse. This is like you have to wear masks and show fucking like ID everywhere you go that you're vaccinated and shit. So like I'm walking around with blood all over me, looking fucking white in the face, like with a mask on that has blood all over it. Like
you were in Florida.
That's true.
That is true.
No one cares.
They're probably like,
yeah,
there he is.
There's like 5 other guys walking around with like bloody white t-shirts.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got even more blood.
Yeah,
exactly. You're on the low end. Yeah, I never had quite that level of nosebleed, but I did have one that like sort of like you, Doplex, where it just for some reason it was always when I had a shower. Maybe it was like I guess the steam or something, but probably for like about the same time, like maybe half a year, several months, and long enough that I was like kind of getting worried about it.
Yeah.
In a hypochondriac way, even though it's like it's a fucking nosebleed, it's really not a big deal.
Yeah.
But like it just every time I'd have a shower, I'd be like, oh, there it goes again.
Yeah.
But I think since then I've picked my nose so much that it's now like just scar tissue in there.
Yeah.
So I haven't had a nosebleed in fucking yonks.
I've never got a nose picking nosebleed. I must be a careful little guy. Yeah, no, I just like
if you navigate your nostrils,
sneaky little salmon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just go. There's usually like every morning I wake up and there's like 2 or 3 nice chonker fucking boogers in there, and I get them out. I wipe them off on a tissue.
You eat them,
throw it in the garbage, and I'm like, let's fucking go, man.
I love.
It feels so satisfying just getting that motherfucker.
The best
it's
ones,
like clearing your nasal.
The best ones are after you've been flying, because you're like something about the artificial like air conditioning really dries out your nose.
Yeah,
it really dries you out, and then on top of that, you're packed in like sardines, so you can't you don't get to, unless you just don't give a fuck. You probably don't pick your nose, because there's so many people around. So there's never been like after I did my flying, or maybe I'd go to the bathroom and be like, oh yeah, and fucking pick out huge ones, then wipe them on the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly I didn't pick my nose throughout like the entirety of like the pandemic. Actually, a silver
out
lining
of
to the
fear of-
pandemic.
Oh, you
out of-
actually you
out
have
of fear
people,
of-
yeah.
like out of catching
People
COVID.
are like,
'Cause,
don't touch your face.
Yeah,
I'm like,
exactly.
bro,
But I
I'm
personally,
touching
I
my
took
fucking
that
face.
I took that so literally because obviously I'm a terrible fucking hypochondriac. And if I touch my face, I think I'm getting sick.
No, it's really good advice. It'll definitely
Yeah.
stop you from getting sick, like actually.
totally.
But I can't help it, bro. I'm touching
Yeah.
my face all day.
I did a lot of this, but it actually helped me stop biting my nails. I literally have not bit my nails since like 2020. Yeah, but like this was like a
Time to start
habit
up
I've had
again.
since a child. I know, right? Let's do it right now, live on BeefBoys. Yeah.
What's the from someone who's I've literally never had my mouth on my nails in my entire
Yeah.
life. What is the point of doing it? Are you like grooming your nail? Like, are you actually ripping
No.
and biting your nails off to like
Yeah, it's
groom
nice-
them?
Is it just nice to chew something?
Yeah, it's just oral fixation. Like ever since I was a kid, it was just like, you know, like you feel a long
I've
nail.
got a fucking oral fixation for you right here, mate.
penis.
So you are grooming
yeah,
your
actually,
nail
yeah.
though. Like there's
Yeah.
there's a point to it.
I mean, not that isn't like that isn't like the primary objective. It's just more like I'm bored, you know, like I'm in class, I'm
Sure,
bored.
yeah.
I want something. I don't have any gum, so I'd always just bite my nails. Like literally, I'd get so excited whenever I had like a nail that was long enough to bite.
That's
and
wild.
like yeah, the second COVID hit, like I've literally had because. This is kind of gross, but I've gotten like a lot of like fucking infections like on my finger from like biting it and then getting like dirt in there.
I mean,
Yeah, it's
Sure.
it's super common. If you bite your nails, that is a very common thing that'll happen to you.
no,
But
yeah, I mean
fucking-
that goes straight like the underside of your nail bed is like exposed. That's like
Yeah.
if you took 5 layers off your skin, like that's just exposed to like your insides. So off the same point, I guess I think most people have like an oral fixation of some kind. I bought like one of those things that you can just like chew on, like those rubber things for like little kids.
Oh, okay.
I'm just like,
That's not about it.
But
Because
do-
I chew in my sleep, so that's kind of the same thing.
Well, yeah,
So I
but
have to get like a little mouth guard thing so I don't
I
chew
no,
from
I
the
heard you
fucking
doing
moles.
it in Alaska. I think I told
I was
Andrew
like,
about it.
no,
No, like I heard your teeth like crunching and grinding together. It was
yeah, it's
insane.
cool.
My dad always did that when I was little. It stopped when he lost weight, which was interesting. But he would grind his teeth to the point where, like, I could be outside of his room, like on the other side of the wall with the door closed, and it was such a high pitched frequency that would happen.
Ugh.
It was like, you know, nails on a
like
chalkboard, like
rumbling the
meme,
house.
like sound effect from cartoon is
Yeah.
what his he would grind his teeth so hard, and it was such like solid. It would create like ear piercing sounds. But anyway,
That makes
so
me cringe so hard.
I don't
He might
grind
have-
my
he
teeth
might
as
have
my
stopped-
oral fixation, but I rub the back of my top teeth and the front of my bottom teeth together, like when I'm just chilling. Like I don't even know that I'm doing it. So like, and it just feels really
I can
good.
see
So
that.
it just creates like this weird smooth like
Yeah.
sensation or something.
Yeah.
And I also like chew on the insides of my gums and stuff. Do you do
On the
that?
sides of your gums?
I don't chew
Yeah,
my.
just,
I
like,
do that
just, like-
involuntarily because
yeah.
probably because I chew in my sleep. I often
Yeah.
like have like the tip of my tongue or my cheeks a bit are like slightly swollen from being bit in the night.
Right.
So sometimes I'll bite them by accident, and like especially when I'm chewing gum and it's debilitatingly painful.
that
for like
sucks.
It
3
is.
seconds.
It is. Yeah, it is very painful.
Yeah,
but
it's not cool.
But yes,
Yeah.
I do that. I literally swapped one vice for the other. Like once I stopped biting my nails, I started biting the inside of my mouth.
Start
and,
biting
like,
your penis.
I like doing
Yeah,
it,
it's
but
true.
like
Oh my
when I
God.
when
The
I
reason-
realize I'm doing it, I usually stop. But like,
Yeah.
I do it all day, especially like rubbing my teeth together. I've always done that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
The reason your dad might have stopped when he lost weight is I think often the chewing teeth is like a sign of sleep apnea. I don't think that's what I have, but apparently it's like you're doing it because it's like I think in some way flexing those muscles opens up your esophagus a wee bit,
Interesting. Yeah, yeah,
which
yeah.
you know is kind of the problem with sleep apnea.
Sleep
So-
apnea. Sleep
yeah, I
apnea
think-
is where you can't breathe when you sleep, right? That's what that
Yeah.
is.
yeah,
Oh,
and you
okay.
need like a big fucking mask thing to like fix
Yeah.
it or
You
get
need to
like
go on life
surgery.
support.
Yeah, well, they gave him like a mouth guard to like to, I guess protect the teeth or whatever,
Yeah,
but
that's
that
what I have.
that like blocked his everything even more. So like I guess
Oh,
so he
right.
never wanted to use it because he always felt like freaked
Yeah.
out because like he couldn't breathe very well.
I'm just
My
imagining
fear-
him like
my fear was that I was gonna
drawing of
swallow
Chris
it.
Chan. I'm imagining that drawing of Chris Chan with the straw, you know.
Yeah,
With a big
yeah, that's pretty
straw.
much what the sleep apnea machine is. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I
I'd
don't
also
like
be
Nick
afraid that
Carter
I'd
wears.
swallow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the first few years I had it, I like because it's just this loose, like it's not loose, but it's still just a piece of plastic in your mouth. I don't
Yeah,
even
I
think
mean-
it would like fit in your throat. and obviously they, the dentist prescribes it to you.
But
I think even
things that
said the
can't fit
dentist-
in your throat still go in your throat, and then you choke and die. That's the whole
No,
point.
yeah, that's
so.
true. Yeah, but because every now and then I'll literally like in my sleep before I go to sleep, like try and pull it out with my tongue because that's like obviously the only real way I think that would work, and it's always. They make it tight enough so that your tongue can't loosen it out.
Yeah.
So that usually is what reassures me. But the weird thing I've had is like quite a few times, I'd say like a good 20 or 30 different times I've woken up in the middle of the night and it's on my dresser. So like in my sleep, I've like taken it out and put it. No, but like it's not like I've like just like, and it's like I've like carefully placed it on like the one surface available.
Yeah.
So I'm like in some weird like half awake thing, and then I wake up and I'm like,
bro, you're a
something's not
sleepwalker,
right.
bro.
Apparently,
You put your clothes on
teeth
when you
remover.
sleep. You remove your teeth or whatever, bro.
I guess I do. Yeah, those are the two examples of weird shit I do when I sleep. So thankfully, I didn't do anything like that in Alaska. Like I didn't start jerking off anyone on the couch or whatever.
That'd be epic.
You just wake up like Kudos is just like fucking leaning over you. Kudos is like giving you top.
But it's really good.
I woke up with cum in my mouth and I don't know how it
What
got
the
there. I also
If you
put a
woke up
shirt
and you were
on.
getting really good head, would you kind of just like you'd wait a couple seconds before you like said stop?
Well, I mean, it depends on who the head's from. Like if it's like from like a neighbor guy.
Okay,
I think I would stop you and never tell you. I feel like that would fundamentally change our friendship, and I wouldn't want that to happen.
For the better.
Yeah.
You don't want everyone else to get jealous.
Right.
Yo, so I want to still hit a bunch of questions this week, and since we're not doing the table work because Andrew's not here, but I want to hit some. We got a lot of talking points also. So really quickly,
I don't want to tell you guys about my cute little weekend.
Yeah. So really quickly, this is a quick one. Andrew challenged me to watch Jurassic Park last week or something because he thought that I was insulting it, but I really wasn't trying to. But he was like, it holds up a lot more than you did. Like it's not funny. But he's like, it's not funny. It's scary. Shut up. So I watched it, and it was epic. It was such a vibe. I still think that's where movies peaked. Like doing really, really good animatronics and like sets and stuff like that is like the way to do it. It was such a like it was set in a real world, but it was like fantastical because a lot of it was still done like in a practical way. It was so epic. I loved it. But the dinosaurs hold up, absolutely. They look awesome. But like there's sometimes where they're going, and it's just like, yeah, of course that's a fucking robot with a fucking dinosaur sleeve on it that just has only been programmed to go like this. So like it is goofy at some points. But
yeah,
I was really high when I was watching it, and I typed in talking points, the raptor is a false idol. And I was like, while I was watching it, I was so high. I was like, bro, this would be a fire video. Like, I want to do this shit. Like, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. But so like,
a raptor doing K-pop.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning of the movie, it's like
raptor battles.
Well, it is an epic raptor battle because it was battling with the T-Rex, but in a
That's
philosophical sense. Because at the beginning of the movie, they're like excavating some shit, and some little kid's like, raptor, they're just overgrown chickens. They're nothing compared to a T-Rex. And
I remember that scene.
And then the dude like goes in on the kid and like fucking like rips his whole life to shreds on why raptors would like absolutely fucking like he's legit like this raptor would rip your mom's fucking throat out and piss in it, you pussy. And it's like a 6-year-old kid. It's the kid that does Duckface from Full House. Epic moment.
They should, if they remake Jurassic Park, they should replace that guy with Ben Shapiro, and he just fucking schools this child with facts and logic about raptors.
Yeah, that's basically what this guy did.
Hypothetically,
And then I was like, that was a weird setup to like show that raptors are lit. And then they get to the island. And I'm like, oh yeah, the raptors are like they hunt these motherfuckers. Like there's a moment where the T-Rex like fucks with them in the middle of the road, like in the fucking car or whatever. But like the raptors throughout like the second and like third act of the movie are like actively hunting the cast and like killing them off one by one. And they're like really smart, and they're like they know how to open doors and shit apparently. and I was like. And like obviously when you think of dinosaurs, especially like every little kid's like dinosaurs, when you think of dinosaurs you think of a T-Rex. The T-Rex is the fucking king of the jungle, bro. It's the best dinosaur. But then this movie was like, yo, raptors are the best dinosaur. And then they show you raptors killing everybody. They're so smart. But then that this is where the raptor is a false idol. At the end of the movie, when they're escaping and they're making their run for it, they're cornered by 2 raptors, and then the T-Rex fucking explodes through the wall and kills the raptors and has its like little moment in the sun, and it's like an anti-hero, and it's like they love the T-Rex and then they run away and live because of the T-Rex, and it was like it was almost like T-Rex is cool, you're fucking stupid, this is why the raptors lit, and then they're like, nah, we were just joking, and T-Rex is fucking lit, bro. Fuck you. And I was like, let's go.
Courtney, can you put lo-fi music behind this entire thing? It's a cool new it's our new commentary channel.
This is technically a video essay. I was very engaged at listening to James talk about that.
James can talk about anything and I'd fucking tune in.
Yeah, that felt like a little. You gotta cross your arm. You should have crossed your arm. Actually, I was crossing my arms for you. So if anything,
see, the thing about crossing your arms while you're sitting and fat is that you look like Donald Trump. There's just no helping it. He took over this pose. Like being fat and crossing your arms while sat is just a fucked up position, and you just look so weak and stupid.
And this hand pose also, like you can't even like fucking thread a needle with that.
You know, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Joe Rogan all have the same like vague body size. It's just each one of them has slightly more on the muscle texture slider. It's pulled up, but it doesn't actually change the geo.
Right. I think it's just like you get money, then it's like the billionaire body type. It's so strange.
That's the thing. Their whole upper body is a rectangle, which means that they just have a bunch of shit implanted in them.
Oh, right.
Implanted muscles are a very real thing. That douchebag that like is a World Series of Poker champion, and it's all his dad's money, that like runs his Instagram with guns and shit. His whole body is implants. None of that is real. And like that's a proven thing. So
that's fucking weird.
That's why they all look like rectangles, because they just have a bunch of implants that fill out their weird
to make them look good in a black t-shirt. Yeah, totally.
But then you get photos of them naked and fucking you've got like Joe Rogan with pointy ass fucking Mike and Ike nipples.
That shit's go hard.
And Elon Musk with a fucking turtle shell on his front.
Dude, I don't want to look at that
the turtle shell from Elden Ring.
I don't want to look at his front. No, he literally does. But because Andrew sent that, but his rib cage.
Put that image on screen, by the way.
Yo, did you see that? This is another thing I sent to Talking Points. This isn't really much of a talking point. I just wanted to announce it because it's funny. Did you see that Elon Musk's dad, who's 76 years old, had a secret second child with none other than his stepdaughter, who he's raised since she was 3 years old?
Wait, hold on. Okay. Wait, back up.
Elon Musk's rich dad that robbed a bunch of black people of diamonds and shit.
Okay.
Emerald.
So he had a emerald. Sorry. He
don't get this wrong.
Yeah. I guess he has a stepdaughter. Like he married someone and she died, and a stepdaughter. I don't fucking know, but he has a stepdaughter that he's raised since she was 3, and now he's 76 and she's like 30, and he is fucking her she had his child. So he basically pedophiled her for 30 years.
She got stuck in the washing machine.
Yeah.
I
mean, what are you gonna do? Elon Musk Dad just got that dog in him.
Yeah, I didn't know that because I read that. I was like, oh, Elon Musk got a secret kid. Like I didn't read past it.
Elon Musk's dad.
Elon also does. That's unrelated.
Well, Elon also does. And that woman, that woman was like a Tesla employee, and she like the shit she said since that went public. Like she worships him. Like she thinks he is the like Messiah, which is
his Jesus Christ.
It adds such a disgusting like layer to that shit. It's like
there's something funny about the fact that she's like the same as all the people who reply guy. Like every time he posts some like fucking meme with Chuck Norris in it, and then there's like 100 people in the comments being like, yes, please pump Dogecoin more.
Please pump Dogecoin.
She's that, except he inseminated her somehow.
With her pussy. She does that with her pussy.
Please dump cum coin and Dogecoin. Put cum coin in my pussy.
Oh man,
that's so fucking weird.
Shouts out Grimes. I hope she's doing all good.
So I was thinking the other day about the first time, because we all grew up where we didn't really have like phones and cameras all the time, and then we kind of did.
Yes.
So I remember in the back of the bus on my way to school in 8th grade, I think it was like right when Snapchat came out, and my friend took like a Snapchat of me, and I heard it back, and it was the first time in my entire life that I'd ever heard my own voice. and I was like
Oh,
dumbfounded how different I sounded,
Right.
Yeah,
like to everybody else, I guess, than I do to myself. So
Yeah.
like, but now after obviously doing YouTube for 6 years, like, I don't know if it's a after puberty thing. I don't know what it is, but like now my voice sounds the same everywhere. Like if I listen to a recording or I'm hearing it in my own bones and ears right now, like I sound the same, but I don't know if it's just I've exposed myself so long that like my inner voice and my outer voice have like come to a happy medium. I don't know, but I was wondering, did you guys have any reactions to the first time, and do you remember the first time you heard your own voice like
That is
back to
very
you?
interesting.
I don't know if I remember
That's a very
the
interesting
specific
thought.
first time, but like my mum had a video camera since I was quite young and would like, film me going to like, we went to like amusement parks and shit. So I
Yeah.
definitely remember here. It was one of the sort of ones where you had to like click out a little cassette tape and then put it in a special VHS tape that then like you click down and then you put the VHS
The
into
little
the VHS.
thing that you can put on the bottom of the GameCube that lets you play fucking N64
yeah, pretty
games
much
or whatever.
that, yeah.
Yeah, all his home
Yeah.
movies are on Game Boy Advance cartridges.
yeah, mum recorded it on a Game Boy Color,
Yeah.
Game Boy camera.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But so I remember definitely hearing my
PlayStation
voice, and I had the same thing where I was like, "What the fuck? I didn't sound like that."
Yeah.
And definitely when I started YouTube, there was like the first few videos were a bit like, "Oh,
Yeah.
this sounds. I don't like this. I don't like how I sound." But at this point, I've heard my voice so much that I don't fucking care anymore. It just sounds
I wonder
like
if that's
whatever.
a thing though, because motherfuckers obviously don't be hearing themselves talk constantly, like recorded, like
Yeah,
we
most
do.
people
Right.
don't.
So I wonder
Yeah.
if like, I wonder if it's a thing you get used to, or if it's just part of, or it's like a certain point in life where you sound. Because I don't know. I was in 8th grade, like I was still in puberty and shit. So,
Yeah.
but I just remember being like, it sounded so different than what I sounded like in my own head that I was like disgusted with it. I like didn't want to speak for a few days because I was like,
Yeah.
how is that what I sound like to other people?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. No.
yeah, no, I
totally
definitely
know
have
what
had
you
that.
mean. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
I farted.
yeah. I'm trying to think of like, the first time I heard my voice through like a digital medium.
Yeah.
I mean, I've showed you guys the fucking Breakfast Club school project that I was
Let's
in.
go.
I
That
can't
one's a
watch
banger.
that back.
I love
yeah,
that
because
video.
that was when I was in like my fucking I don't have an outside voice type beat yet. Like
Yeah, you was mumbling.
Yeah, I can only
Oh,
speak
yeah,
for my
yeah.
stomach because I'm insecure with myself and hate how I sound. So I listened to that back and I'm like, who the fuck is that? Why is he talking like that? Like 'cause
Yeah.
I don't talk like that anymore. Now I'm very
Yeah.
loud and dumb. But like, back then, like listening back to that, I remember like first watching it back. I'm like. This is fine. I can barely hear myself, so this is okay. Like I don't want to be like
My
the super
strategy was a
outspoken.
success.
Yeah, exactly.
No
I
one
spoke
can
from
hear
my
me.
stomach.
No,
as Brad.
I had a similar one. My strategy was like, just don't get noticed too much and just play it
Yeah.
very cool and
Yeah,
slide
just
under the
interesting,
radar.
the interesting thing is
Yeah.
the things we do to like avoid attention are the things that give you the negative attention that you don't want. Like when I see a
No,
motherfucker,
exactly.
which I did that when I was like younger or whatever, but when I see
Sure.
a motherfucker talking all like quiet and unsure of themselves, like it makes me want to be mean to them, which is like a subconscious animalistic thing that I suppress because I'm a
Yeah.
nice person. But like
Right.
the more you give off that insecurity and you talk from your stomach because you don't really want to be, so you're too cool to be heard and shit, but you're really just really insecure. When someone sees you doing that, if you would have just talked, you wouldn't have been getting the negative attention that you're about to get for being a bitch.
Right. That's what
just
that's
how
what
it
it means
is.
to be an alpha. It's the alpha versus
Exactly,
beta
bro.
mentality.
I always thought like if you're because I even though I'm now used to listening to my own voice, watching my own videos with other people is a very uncomfortable experience, which I believe is
Oh,
also
yeah.
a talking point
Oh
James
my
has.
god, I have to talk to you
But
about
before,
that. But
before
yeah,
we get
go.
to that real quick, I often wonder if you're like Taylor Swift or Kanye's not a good example. He definitely likes it. But like, say you're like just some
Yeah,
artist,
yeah.
and then like your song comes on the radio. Are you immediately like, oh, no, change it, no. But
Yeah.
or do you reckon Taylor's like, they're like, yeah, I'm fucking gigs. This
Yeah.
is my shit.
Yeah,
There's definitely
that is a good
artists that-
point.
There's definitely
There's
creators
definitely
that
artists who are like, yeah, but then there's probably some that are
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Well,
I feel like
artists
there's
have
two
like
different-
listening parties and shit where they're like,
That's
all right,
true,
I'm gonna
that's
invite
true.
all my
think that's
celebrity
a-
friends.
but that's like, because
To Chuck E.
That's like a
Cheese.
promotional thing. Like they kind of
if I
have
consent
Right,
to
yeah.
like showing my video, like if I, like if I was with you guys and I like brought out a new video, I'd totally watch it with you guys. Like I don't mind what.
Yeah.
It's more like when you're in an environment where someone's like, oh you do YouTube? Oh, let's put one of your videos on. They just do it, and you're like,
oh yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
So it's a very different kind of vibe. But then I guess I'm talking about when that happens to like these celebrities, like if like some big pop musician or whatever.
No, I think there is the Kanye motherfuckers that like adore their own voice, I guess. But I feel like I've also seen some artists, whether it be like music or actors or something, that have like gotten over that, but not in an more of like, instead of they love themselves, it's like a death of the ego thing where like it's just like that is me doing my job and performing, so it's like why be embarrassed of it and why love it, just like it's me doing a thing. So it would be nice to get to that point, honestly, but I don't know if I ever will, especially doing YouTube. Like maybe I feel like music, there's a lot of musicians that I know that like their own music and stuff, so like I feel like music you can get to that point, but I don't know, something about like YouTube, it's hard.
I like our podcast. This is probably the podcast I listen to the most these days.
That's true.
A little bit up myself, I think, but it's just,
I forget what we talk about, and then I'm like, I just want to hear what we talked about again, and it's fun.
No,
I like listening to you guys again. And then I also just like, if I say something that makes you guys laugh, I feel good. So I think that's kind of those are the two main reasons I re-listened to the podcast. Plus those old ones are like so old at this point, I forgot what we talked about.
Yeah. No, the other day I was going back and just kind of like shuffling through some like really old ones. Not like playing through all of it, but just like kind of, like clicking at a random timestamp and just seeing what we were talking about.
Bro, you're killing our watch time, what the fuck? I'm just kidding. I did that with episode 9 the other day. I wanted to see the fucking hey yo, what's this? Hey yo, cuz I want to see that. Again.
After the party, we going to McDonald's.
We going to
McDonald's. Now, really quick,
I've gone back to that one a few times.
I want to talk about this, and then I want to hear about your weekend in the bush. But
that's what's up.
I do have it.
That's what I say to that. I'm mad that all my time in America, I never got the Southern style chicken biscuit.
I don't even think they do.
That hasn't been a thing since whenever that commercial came out.
And only in the South, as far as I'm aware of.
Yeah.
So basically, I was at my parents were having like a barbecue with just like some of the friends that they have down here, and it was like 10 or 11 at night, and like my mom really wanted me to just like show up and like get some food and like say hi and stuff, and I was like working all day, so it's like 10 o'clock at night. My hair, it's so humid out and my hair is all fucked, so I look like shit, and I go over there and just sit around with like a bunch of 40 to 60-year-old white people in Florida, which is like it's that are a little up their own asses and stuff. Not my parents, but some of the people that are there.
Yeah.
Did you say this was a family gathering, or just like your parents just had some friends around?
My aunt was there, and my grandparents stopped by for a little while, but then it was just like, it was mostly like couples and like friends and like acquaintances that my parents had. They just do it a couple times a year, like fucking cook some food and have people over. But like they're nice people, but they're definitely a very specific type of white Florida people, and not like the fucking yeehaw, but like I don't know. I want to be that person. It's not really my vibe, but they're nice enough people. But we're chilling there, and this lady starts asking me like, "Oh, James, you were at work. You work for yourself. What do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm an editor. I work for like a post house in LA or whatever." And these are the motherfuckers that hear LA and they want to like talk about why Joe Biden has AIDS or whatever. But I quickly recover, and I'm just like, "Yeah, I was just working on something. I got to go work on it again. I'm just just wanted to come say hi and everything." And then everyone's talking, and then someone asked me, like, how did I get into what I did? And, like, everyone's having their own conversations at this point. But, like, I'm talking to a couple people about, like, they're like, how did you get into editing? And, how are you working out of LA and living in Florida, blah, blah, blah. And
I was like, back and forth every day.
Yeah. I was like, I make my own... Like, I've for like 4... I stumbled into it for, like, 4 or 5 years. I've made my own videos and stuff, so I kind of picked up the trade that way, and then
it's like a horror movie where you know what's coming.
Yeah. I just shouldn't have said that.
You see them split up and go into the dark woods, and you're like, "What are you fucking doing? Stop!"
No, but that's me looking back on it as well. But like somehow when I was saying that, of course, like everyone had somehow simultaneously finish their conversations like we're in the fucking Matrix and
This
just like
dead silence, and
turn
everyone
to
just
look
hears,
at me.
I do YouTube. And everyone,
Yeah, no, literally.
farts
And then
through the
there's
whole
one lady's like, "Oh
party.
my god, my son's a real estate agent. He does TikTok. He does TikTok
My
funny
son's a
videos."
rapist.
No, but
My
then
son's a pedophile.
she's like, "Oh, I should like, you know, I should give you my son's numbers and then you guys could do something together." And I was like, just like, yeah, for
That's
sure.
always funny
And
too,
then-
where it's
and
like,
then-
oh, my son has a popular Facebook page. It's like,
yeah, my son makes real estate TikToks. You want to collab? And it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I'm sure your son's epic, but I don't know nothing about real estate or TikTok,
Yeah.
man. No, but and then someone was like, "Oh, what's your channel?" And at this point, like, my parents saw me getting uncomfortable, so they tried to keep switching the conversation for me.
Right,
And and
Shouts
then
out
some
James's
lady just like
parents.
wouldn't leave me alone. She's like, "What's your channel?" I was like, "Oh, it's just my
Your
name."
dad just fires a gun in the air.
It's time to leave.
run!
She's like, "Oh, what's your channel?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just my name." And I kind of just try to like immediately jump into another conversation. And I see her
Yeah.
start typing, and I'm like, "No, you can't be doing this to me right now, you fucking bitch."
No.
She's a nice lady. No, if you
Yeah.
somehow ever see this, if you fell in love with my channel and then wanted to watch me on a podcast, you're not a bitch. But so she starts typing, and I'm like dying. I'm like sweating bullets, just like looking at her out of the corner of my eye, just like,
Yeah.
"Yo, you better be typing in a fucking meatless lasagna recipe right now, lady. You better not be typing in my YouTube."
Yeah.
And then I hear the start of one of my own videos
Oh,
on max
God.
volume out of this lady's fucking iPhone that's
Oh, no.
that's 3 times the size of her fucking hands. I hear my own
Dude.
video. There's 15 people around like a little fire at like 10 o'clock at night. She's playing my own fucking video. And my parents at this point like see that I'm dying and like try to start
Yeah.
talking louder to mask the sounds. And I'm just like, I'm like, "Yo, you can't, this is," what did I say? I was like, fuck. I was like, this is like if you took all the music away from a song and just listened to someone singing like just their
Yeah.
like it's you don't get the whole experience. You can't do this to me. And she was
Yeah,
like, "Oh no,
At
it's
a
fucking, this is
gathering.
insane." She was like, "How did you put yourself in that like, picture?
How'd you get in this little
How did you get in here?
How'd you put yourself in a fucking
I'll
in the
rescue
background?
you.
Someone's
Grabs a
chopping
hammer,
the
starts breaking her
cabbage."
phone.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, it's a green screen," and she's just like, "What?" She's like talking to me as I'm just blaring, and I'm like,
Yeah.
You might want to watch
Can you
that on your-"
please shut the fuck? The real me is here. Watch that
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
I was like, "It's really vulgar," you know, because they're like old white people. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "It's really vulgar. You might not want to watch it." And then she skips to the end, so it's like it's not even like me delivering interesting information. It's me being like, "Hey, subscribe to my channel. I haven't uploaded in a little while." And it's like, it gets so much worse because I'm not even doing any. I'm literally just like plugging the fourth
Yeah, you're
wall,
just talking
fucking
to
like
the
and
audience.
subscribe shit.
Yeah.
And then like so my parents like saved the day, and my mom told her to look up something else, like fucking
Your mom
some little
slapped the
music
phone
video.
out of her hand.
Yeah, my
slit her
parents kind of
throat.
saved me a little bit, but that
Yeah.
was just that it was. I couldn't believe that it happened to me. I was like, this
Yeah,
is
that
this
is
is something
awful.
that happens on like a sketch show or something. This
Yeah.
this is actual like torture.
I mean, like, that situation just, like, I get embarrassed if Sabrina does that. You know what I mean? Like, if Sabrina starts playing, like, one of my videos, which she has done before to wake me up because she knows
That's
it's
wild.
Yeah. And,
She should
like,
have played that when you had COVID to snap you out of it.
I started strangling
I'm
her.
gay.
That's just always like a very awkward situation to be put in. Like, you know, no matter who you are, like, my mom watches my videos, but she has never once
mom does too.
talked to me about them.
Me too.
You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like, you know, like one time she even bought like a shirt, like one of my fucking shirts I have on like my merch store. Didn't tell me about it. Like she even like, you know, she's just like quietly supporting me, which is epic. And even
That
like
is
Sabrina's dad watches all my videos. He's like like
Yo, shouts out.
yeah, he'll send me a text like, you know, like, really love the videos. He'll say something about it, and like that's great. You know, like, just thank you.
Yeah, that's
But,
what
like,
my mum does too. She sends me little messages
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, the new video's
Yeah.
doing really good."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Thank you, mum."
which is nice. But to
Yeah, it is nice.
to fucking sit there and like pin you down and spit down your mouth and like play your
And
video.
front of
Like,
you.
how
How
did
did you
you
get?
people.
How did you get at my cellular phone, Jamesy?
I really like that my mum watches my videos and sends me nice messages, but I would fucking hate to watch one with her. I'd feel so
yeah.
uncomfortable. Every time I swear or say something vulgar, I'd be like, she never comments on any of that. She's just like happy to
Well, that's the
support, but I'm
thing.
so like, I wouldn't
Yeah.
feel
I
comfortable
know.
being there.
Like my mom's like, oh, like my mom will be like, oh, your video was really good or whatever, and I'm like, but did you hear all like
Did you listen?
Did you
hear
hear
all
me
of
say
the
the fuck
terrible
word?
jokes that are like that I would never want to say in front of my mother? Like,
Mom, I
that
said come.
aimed at people half your age.
yeah, that shit fucking kills me. But
I think
don't
I've
know.
definitely said it on here before, but there was my equivalent of that story was at my old office. I was in a co-working space,
Oh yeah.
and the fucking one of the workers there, like this little fucking troll. He must have known us, would set him off. But this guy who sat next to me, was like an older dude who didn't speak English very well, and fucking he's like, oh, do you know James has a YouTube channel? And I was like, oh. And this dude's like, oh, what's your channel? And I was like, this is when I had like, I don't know, 500 subscribers or something really small. He looks me up, starts playing my video off his monitor, or like using his shitty monitor speakers at like full volume in like, you know, a co-working space. And I was like, could you please just turn it down? And it's like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm talking about like some fucking obscure game. It might have been the Cool Cat one, which is even worse. It's like you have to know shit to get the Cool Cat one. Like, you have to kind of know some very specific
some
internet
context.
lore. And he just starts fucking watching it, and I literally left. I literally packed my bags and went home.
No, yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those scenarios
So
where you would see it on a
uncomfortable.
sitcom where it's like you have to like, it's like you either have to suffer, leave, or like pull the sitcom moment where you like take someone's fucking shit from them and like turn it off, and it's like this whole big
Yeah.
dramatic
right,
fucking
yeah.
thing. And it's like,
Is there a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode where that happens? Because that feels like there'd be one where
I don't know,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah,
But
that
then, I don't-
definitely feels like that.
It was just like, it was such, and I could see the younger people there. There was like a couple younger people, like people's like, you know, like kids or some shit that were like in their 20s that like I could see trying to like actively ignore it for my own benefit, you know, but like those old motherfuckers were just like oh, let me see, let me show you the
So,
fucking
do you use a
she
camera?
said something about the snow days video. She was like the fucking the happiness of snow days. That's so sweet. I'll watch that. Just like, yeah, it's sweet until I
so
start
sweet.
talking about fart and cum, dude. You're fucking 65. You're gonna die.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
what I
watch
was watching. No, 100%.
Imagine if you killed one of them.
Yeah. They
I
hear
make
the
a
word
joke
cum,
about
the
fucking
shock of it.
capitalism and their brain just fucking hemorrhages.
shuts off. Yeah, it's just, it just
Yeah.
dies.
You
Yeah, I
go back to your
remember.
parents' house and they have an intervention for you.
Yeah, I remember one time. This is when I was working as a debt collector. I think that my boss caught wind that I had a YouTube channel, and like this is back.
Oof.
Like a lot of my videos are private because like this is back in like 2015, 2016, where I was just like doing very like vulgar content. Like I had a video. Yeah, I had a video where I basically like reacted to like missed connections on Craigslist, and so when I was working at the debt collecting agency, my boss literally. We had 4 bosses. They were all in the office, and they called me in. What I think happened was, I think since we were debt collecting and we were essentially like a fucking very scummy company, I think they wanted to like see like, oh, is this guy like some famous YouTuber who's like exposing us for something? You know what I mean? Or if he's like sharing
sure.
like information. So they called me in and they were like, we heard you had a YouTube channel, and I was like, oh yeah, I do. Which is like very, very fucking weird to like call someone in and just say that, like with all your bosses in there.
No, yeah, I mean,
yeah, and they're
bosses
like, well,
want
what
to
is it?
control every aspect of your life, bro.
Yeah,
Fuck 'em.
exactly.
Kill them.
Yeah.
Sorry, keep going.
Kill them. So they asked me what it was, and I told them, and then they all fucking huddled around this computer and played that video, and like it was literally just me in front of a green screen and
Trying to
just
tell
reading like.
jokes.
Yeah, trying to tell like the worst, most fucking vulgar. This was 2016. Okay,
Yeah.
I was
that was a
purposely
different time
trying to
period
be
back then.
I was trying to be extremely vulgar because I was trying to be like this
He was
fucking
using the
edgelord.
other racist terms for black people, not even just the N-word.
I was using all of them. I
He
had a
invented
little,
new ones.
yeah, I had a little thesaurus out, and I was just like, I had a whole video where I was just every N-word in existence. No, that's a joke. But anyway, so they were watching this video, and I don't know if it was just like the times or whatever, but like they all
You were,
like laughed. Yeah, well, I was fucking like sweating bullets because like, are they gonna see me like talking about like some like making like pedophile jokes and just like just a bunch of bullshit and like luckily they laughed and like they were like, okay, you just wanted to make sure that
Have a
was
promotion.
You know what, you can have my job since you can do gay jokes so well.
Man, that is very painful. That I hate
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
And it's also
yeah,
very
also,
cringe
if
that
you-
I do that.
yeah.
Even if it's not you or anyone at the party you're at, never put on a YouTube video at a party or I will kill you. Unless it's like two of you, or like say when we were hanging
Yeah.
out, which I guess wasn't really a party, that was more just the boys fucking having a good
Yeah.
time.
But
But
that
if
was
you're at like a
epic,
big
though.
like 10 person house party,
Yeah.
and then you like commandeer the TV to put, oh, look at this funny video. It's like, no, fuck you.
It's not even just like it's not even that it just won't land with people. Like, so people have done that before at like gatherings. Like, even if you're chilling with like 10 homies, like, yeah, if people want to watch YouTube, put on a YouTube video. But like,
Yeah.
if you're at a little party and you're just like, yo, let's change it up a little bit. Let's watch some YouTube. I found this really funny video today. Like, not only are people gonna hate it, but they're gonna think less of you and like think that you are very weird and strange for like thinking that anyone gave a fuck. So yeah,
and
never
also now
do
you've
that.
like locked out like
Yeah.
the lounge, which is like the main party area. Because now if you don't want to if you want to actually like talk or like listen to music,
no one wants to
now
watch the
cannot do
video
that.
about
Yeah.
why fucking Kmart didn't pan out, bro. Like, turn it off.
Hey, do you want to watch
Watch
Company
that on your
Man?
own time. The company man's awesome, but
Yeah.
not at a party, bro. Chill.
Yeah, not at a party. Well, it's funny because when Kudos was over, like I was so like in the mentality of like, okay, we're eating food and like something needs to be on the TV, and like Sabrina and I, we don't watch Netflix unless like there's something that we are watching, so we always just put on YouTube. And like that was the thing when Kudos was over, I was like, I'll just put on like Oni Plays because I don't know what else to put on. Like it's like a very it's like
Oh,
it's
that's what it
weird
was
when
at your
somebody's
house,
at your
yeah.
house. Yeah, it's weird when somebody's at your house.
Because
And
I do
that's
the
what
same
you
thing.
do.
We always put stuff on when we eat because it's just
Yeah.
like. This is what, when we sit on the couch and eat it, which is very like, I sometimes think when as a kid, it's a very like dinner is like sort of a family time, I guess. Like sit at the table, have food, and then when you're done, then you can go back to the lounge room or the computer or whatever. But now it's like, if I ever have kids, is that what are we going to sit at the TV still and eat, or are we going to be at a table?
Yeah.
I think I'd do the table thing for kids again because I feel like at that point
The
when
table
everyone's
was
doing their
nice.
own thing, like you and Emily or you and Sabrina are shoulder to shoulder at different times of the day. You're always together. Like you don't need to use, but like for a family, like dinner is
That's
like
true,
that
yeah.
central point where you can like all like
Sure.
exchange information.
Get together.
But my
Yeah.
family has always.
Credit
I
card
like eating like. I mean, I eat by myself, but like I love going over to my parents' house and like having dinner and shit. But ever since I was little, bro, we always have a little radio in there, and we always have a little music on in the background because
That's
everyone
nice,
in my
yeah.
family got that disease where no one likes to hear each other chew, and we all
Yeah.
go fucking
Yeah.
rabid if
Remember
we hear
Andrew,
each other
Andrew said he had
chomping.
the same thing.
Yeah, sort of
I
Sabrina.
fucking we always got music on just loud enough so that it like mutes the chewing like
Yeah.
decibel level. Like you put the Discord like -60 fucking gets cut off fucking mute. And then we're chilling.
Have you had it where like I don't remember being ever having my parents be super strict about like no phones at the table or anything, but like it was kind of I guess rude to like just sit there on your cell phone texting the whole time.
Yeah.
But it's funny now when I go like have dinner with my parents because they're just like on their phones a whole bunch or like obviously now they don't have to like raise me anymore. They've pretty much done that, so they don't like if they're finished eating they'll just fucking peace out. It's not like no you have to wait for everyone else to finish or you have to finish everything on your plate. Like there's no rules at dinner time at my parents' places anymore. It's just like fucking whatever. Eat a bit, check your phone, fucking do whatever. Don't have to eat at the table if you don't want to.
Yeah.
My family still does that for the most part. Like, especially my grandparents were always like, I never really have my phone. I don't know, like on me at dinner or anything. But my sisters kind of like check it here and there. And my grandparents were like jokingly just be like, in my day, like that, but they'll do it like kind of ironic. They'll do it like kind of
We just
ironically.
stared at our rocks.
Dude, I was
Like
doing
we
that to
all
my
clear the
dad.
table together and shit, and like
I do it to my dad now. Like I like call him because he's on his phone all the fucking time now. And maybe it was when he was visiting. He just came by himself. And he was like messaging my stepmom a lot, which is fair enough. If I was away from Emily, I'd probably be messaging her, quite a bit too. But there's even like times I was like, Dad, we're at a bar, like hanging out. Like you get off your phone for a little bit, It's sort of like, It's so
But
funny
I'm
how
texting
boomers have completely flipped on the technology front. Like they went from being like, put your Game Boy down. We're on a drive. I want you to see nature's majesty, and now they're like just fucking glued to their phones 24/7. I need to argue with someone on LinkedIn. Wait,
I'm kind of on my saint-like vibes, like Jakey be saying. I hate when motherfuckers on their phone in front of me. If I'm chilling with someone, I don't care if this conversation is boring as fuck, bro. You're gonna look me in my eyes and talk to me. I ain't no joke. Raheem and
unless
Eric
I got some like urgent shit. Like I'm not.
I don't give a fuck about that.
When I'm
but
with
like,
people,
I don't want to have a conversation while you're also like looking like
same.
Put that shit in the bag. Let's talk.
Throw it off the balcony. Suck my balls.
Yeah. You imagine sucking someone's balls while you're on checking your phone.
That's like a whole porn category, bro. It's like disinterested women.
Oh, that's true, bro. What the fuck is wrong with like? What is wrong with dudes? Like, what? I don't understand how the fuck are these fetishes created? Like, there's just like some guy out there with like the most fucking niche, fucked up brain. Like, I like women who ignore me. That's what I want.
I think the concept
it's so weird.
Vaguely I understand from my brief foray
into being
like
ignored by women.
It's like is it like free use or whatever? No, that's a consistent.
Well, free uses is different. Free uses they're like juxtaposed. They're like right next to each other, or they're adjacent. Like they're like connected at a certain point.
Well, is it? I thought free use was like where like basically you have a woman who's just a hole. Like
at any time you just be fucking them.
Yeah.
But this is related at the avenue of like you're basically fucking them like while they're doing another task because they're not like free use is like they're down and it's epic, but I'm gonna play the Switch while you fuck me or something.
Yeah,
and
I'm gonna
this
do the
is
dishes.
basically the same thing, but it's like I'm pointedly disinterested in like your cock is fucking stupid, dude. So they meet at some point.
Shouts out to women.
Yeah, shout out women, bro.
Shout out women. Dudes suck. This podcast called BeefBoys.
No, dudes rock. Okay. I want to make that very fucking clear.
Here's the thing, Kudos. As days tick by, I've always been on, the dudes rock party, right? Like, I've always been dudes are epic, dudes are the shit. But as the internet has progressed and we as men have regressed, we went from
don't
alpha
think you've already got a
beta.
girlfriend. You don't have to go on one of your feminist rants again. You're not impressing anyone.
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I just think dudes kind of fucking weird as a collective, when you got like the shit. Sorry, when
ladies,
you got like
if your pussy just got
subreddits
wet,
like r/goon caves. All right, like goon cave. What the fuck happened in your mind where you gotta like put up posters of fucking pussies and penises on your wall?
Yo, if you're
and just be
gooning,
like,
we
this
can't be friends.
is what I'm into.
If you're a gooner, if you're a goona, we cannot be friends.
I am curious. I am curious to hear from a gooner because I want to know what the fuck is wrong.
Actually, hold up. Flip side. I've been going on goon caves every now and then to try because
you do go on there to the point where I'm starting to think it's like
it's not ironic anymore.
It's not ironic anymore.
I go in there in the same way I used to go on AOC or Sexies so I can find funny clips to send to you guys, like funny titles, because the titles are fucking hilarious.
But you haven't sent that.
But don't tell me you don't like AOC is sexy boobs, bro. Come the fuck on.
I mean, RIP AOC is sexy because they got shut down. But Goon Caves it's been fucking boring for ages. There's been no really funny ones. And in addition to that, it's like a lot of women now. Like there's a lot of women posting like, this is my gooning setup. Because it used to be a whole bunch of guys with their big flash, like big fucking hard dicks in the foreground.
But do you see POV pussy?
Yeah, now they're fucking jizzing their little fucking things in front of it.
Do they put it in the foreground of the image, bro?
Yeah,
some of them do.
So do they have like penises on the wall?
Or is it women?
No, they're just what... I think because women like jerking off to women. I don't know what that's about.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah.
But see, again,
figure that one out.
Do dudes really rock where even women don't get off to us? Come on, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, what
Dudes
about the
do.
trad
I'm-
bitches, bro?
I'm-
They probably
Dudes
jerk
no
off to
longer
the
rock.
idea
I'm
of
saying
a-
it right now. Dudes no longer
Bro.
rock. That is the official
fuck you.
statement.
Dudes forever
Dudes
rock. That is
no
the
longer
official
rock.
statement of the
Fucking
Beef
girls
Boys
drool,
podcast.
dudes be fucking their mouths, and that's why they're drooling. Let's fucking go.
Also, women rock too. Those statements
All
are
right,
not.
equality.
How
I fuck
about
with
that?
it.
Fucking
So kudos. You had a little bit of a trip. You had a little bit of a trip. Do you want to tell us about your trip?
We
He's
it
not-
was our friends. It was our friend's 30th. Shouts out.
30th.
Shouts
So
out.
we thought birthday.
Orgasm.
What the fuck?
We're getting old. So he's the
Let's
first
go.
one to hit it. So we're like, fuck. I guess we should do something. So we planned a little getaway. We had a bunch of the guys come over from New Zealand because it's also the
Yeah.
first time they've been able to come since COVID because of
Yeah.
lockdowns and restrictions and shit. So it's the first time I've seen any of them in fucking like 3 years. Well, some of
Yeah.
them. Which is really cool. So that's
Yeah.
been sick. But we rented a place out in the bush, like 2 hours out of Melbourne. And even though it's like winter and it's fucking freezing, it was so fucking cool. We got this. There was 12 of us there. It was this like converted kind of farmhouse thing. It was really, really nice, like really warm, quite a nice
Yeah.
building. And they just had like just activities everywhere. We didn't expect that. There was like a flying fox. They had like a
Bro,
fucking
there's
trampoline.
so much
They
room
had,
for activities, bro.
no, it
Step
literally
brother
was the
moment.
Step Brothers meme, man. They had like so many room for activities. They had like multiple fire pits. They had like an outdoor patio area that was covered. So even when it was
Yo,
raining,
let's
we were
go.
chilling out there starting fires and fucking grilling burgers and stuff.
That's epic.
That's sick.
And then we just got fucking lit for 3 days. It was so cool. But yeah, no, it was overall a very fun experience. There was like, we had, one of the presents we got him was we got him a Beyblade arena. And we had a huge Beyblade tournament while we were
Fuck yes.
absolutely cooking.
You did buy Beyblades while you were here. Is that what that
I
was
did.
for?
I used that one. So that was
Oh,
the
I
one
was
it
never
used.
big into that whole era of like all those things, like even like trading
Yeah.
cards and stuff, like all those collectible things. But Beyblades were sick as fuck.
Beyblades were really
went
fucking
in. They
cool.
transcended everything else in that
Yeah.
era.
We got
They
this
were
crazy
sick.
fucking
Yeah.
we got in this crazy arena that has like a spinning disc in the middle, and that's like a game changer. That makes it
Yeah.
like they are in the TV show because it gives them like boosts and shit.
Yeah.
So they'll actually like they'll come in and they'll fucking like hoon out at the dude with like extra speed and stuff. It's so
Yeah.
fucking cool. And then we start
Yeah.
putting environmental hazards like marbles. So those are getting flung around from the little spinny thing as well.
Yeah.
So it was like in the TV show how there was like environmental shit there to dodge because
Yeah.
now those are like banging into our Beyblades and doing like extra damage and shit. So fucking fun.
And then like once a game, you get to elbow drop the whole board.
You get to fucking flip everything when you get really
Yeah,
bad.
piss in the bowl.
yeah.
The bowl arena.
There was a guinea fowl, which you might have to look up what that is.
A what? Wait.
A
Say
guinea
it.
fowl. It is
A
a
what?
bird.
Put a picture of it
guinea
right here, Courtney.
Fowl.
Do you know what that means to my people, bro? That is
A-
the Italian N word.
Wait, is it really?
You can't say guinea. Only I can say guinea.
What about guinea pigs?
But like it's like Papua New Guinea. It's like that.
Yeah.
No, I know. It's just funny. No, but yeah,
Racist
guinea,
Garfield would
it's not like
racist
the
Garfield
N-word.
would say that.
but
Yeah.
guinea is like
I hate guineas.
it's like a Italian slur.
Is it actually?
Interesting. I didn't
Yeah.
know
That's good.
that.
I'm adding that to my
Guinea tea.
collection. We had a guinea fowl, which if you look it up, they're like weird fucking chicken like things. They're like weird birds, but they're all spotty, and they are if you leave them when they're young, if you leave them in a cage for a week, like at your house, once
They
you
just
let
forget
them
how to
out,
fly.
it saves their fast travel location to be your house, and they just stay there. They're like oh,
Really?
I'm just chilling here now. And the benefit of that is apparently, or here at least, they supposedly fight or warn you if there's a snake nearby. Which can be useful in the Australian outback. So yeah, we
yeah.
just had this little cunt hooning around the whole time we were there. Apparently his name was Spotty because he's like, well, Spotty.
He be spotting
My friend-
snakes.
me
spotting.
and
He's
Sean
on his
went on a
period.
walk, went for a wee walk, and we came back and he's like, oh, where's Speckled Jim? Because he forgot his name. That was the funniest
Speckled
fucking thing
Jim.
ever. So the whole joke is we kept talking about everyone having a hoon on Speckled Gin. A
Yeah.
Speckled Gin. And then his name, like, we started getting fucking cooked and we kept forgetting his name. It was like, oh, fucking spotted Jeff. I called him Pickled Rick at
Yeah.
one point. It was
Pickled
fucking.
Rick. Yeah, where's Pickled Rick? I love jokes that evolve like that, just over like a couple days or whatever. That it's like you could say, yo, where's fucking acoustic guitar? And it's like, you're talking about that bird. It doesn't matter. You can say, where's hamburger, bro? You're talking about the bird.
Yeah. We went out for drinks last night to because my friends Sean flew out this morning. We took a photo, like a big group photo, and we like posted the chat. We're like, oh fuck, someone's missing. So Jared edited in speckled Jim in the fucking corner. It's like one of those cool jokes. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was a really cool weekend. It really makes me like, hopefully next time we go to Alaska, we'll have BeefBoys will be 500,000 subscribers, and we'll be doing 16 ad reads a session, getting $1 million. We'll be able to rent the craziest Airbnb ever. It's so much fun.
I want to go camping. I want to go camping in like fucking England or like even Australia, because like Australia, you got like some deadly snakes or whatever, but like and you got like crocs if you go up north or whatever, but like. You can go camping, and like in America, anywhere you could go camping, like you have a chance of like you leave food out, bear kills you at night or something.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys at least gotta like Alaska. Going camping in Alaska is basically just like asking to die. I feel like that's probably just me not being very in touch with the wilderness. But like in Britain, bro, what fucking animals they got, bro? Like they don't even have animals. It's so small. There's too many people. All the animals died. You just go out to the trees, and it's like, let's go.
Yeah. The worst you got here is like. Well, besides deadly snakes and shit, is like, which you can usually see from a wee while away. I guess pigs, like if a boar charges at you, they can kind of suck.
Freaky, bro.
But they probably wouldn't kill you.
They're guys with knives.
Nah, boars will definitely. I mean, if they want to kill you and they're trying to, they 100% could.
Boars are freaky.
And because we did see, there's a fuckload of tracks.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of tracks around where we were, and we saw pig trotters, like trotter prints, like multiple times, but we never saw the pig. So we don't know what the vibe is there, but that was kind of fun. We kept going.
They should make a movie like Jaws, but about a pig.
It did. It has Nicolas Cage in it. I think it's called Pig. I think that's what that movie's about. I haven't seen it.
So
it's probably like a Jaws kind of operation.
Yeah. It probably is.
Dope like burp. All right, Pamflute Skeleton asks, do any of you know what a Western New York garbage plate is? If so, are you willing to try it? So I don't think you guys will.
Imagine that.
No, I do. They sound good as fuck.
What is it?
It's like it's like fucking just a whole mesh of everything. It's like fucking hash fries, sausages, patties. Like it's just like everything dumped onto a big plate. That sounds
good. Let's look at what it actually is though, because it's sort of like that, but it's a very specific combination of disgusting things as well. And I've never had one. I've heard the legends of them living in that area, and I think you're a sick fuck if you eat it. Can
Courtney,
I just
put it on
bro?
screen
No one cares about the article you wrote, you loser. Just list what they fucking put on it.
I always hate these fucking articles. Like, have you guys ever, real quick, just a quick little side tangent? Have you guys ever went to look for a recipe and they always open it with like
these days are fucking awful.
They're like fucking like they're like life stories. They're like fucking they're like Elliot Rodger fucking manifestos.
They list all the ingredients at the top and then bury the sizes or whatever at the bottom, and it's like, this whole it's fucked. I just wanted to learn how to cook salmon.
Yeah, but you look up like the most simple thing. It's like you want to make fucking tostadas, which is just beans spread on a fucking hard tortilla, a fucking tostada, and like you go to it, it's just like, back in 2014, when my brother killed himself with this self-inflicted gunshot wound,
he used a tostada.
Yeah, it's like, just tell me how to fucking make the food, you dumb bitch.
I genuinely don't care. They're just trying to stretch it out so they can put more ads in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So, Pamflute,
this is what I was thinking of.
Please let us know if you've actually eaten this or whatever, because what the fuck if you have. But so your base is... You can choose from home fries, pasta salad, baked beans, mac and cheese, and French fries. So like starches. But imagine
that is an eclectic mix.
Imagine putting pasta salad with mac and cheese, like cold pasta salad with hot mac and cheese as your base, right? So it's already weird.
That's just like a typical barbecue. That's just like a barbecue.
No, but this is all a mound. This is not separated. You're not enjoying these as one as an appetizer, one as dinner. This is just a mound of food. So, I mean, you can get past it. You can pick like French fries and mac and cheese might be lit. But then you hit it with some kind of protein, cheeseburger, hot dogs, egg, fucking fish. And then you hit it with gravy, brown gravy, so like a meat sauce.
Yum.
Like some kind of onions, whether like they be like sautéed or grilled onions or some shit, and then mustard and ketchup.
Yes.
So mustard, ketchup, gravy, meat,
Yes.
pasta salad, mac and cheese.
Yes.
So
That's
That
fucking
sounds-
disgusting.
That sounds
Yeah, so-
delightful.
so really quick,
I would force
the-
you to eat it when we go to New York. And you will
I've
not like
watched
it.
I've watched a lot of videos on this thing, and apparently it's fucking great. I'm very much interested to try it.
I mean, I
I'm
feel
a
like it could be good.
dumpster
But
of a
is the
human being,
hamburger?
and I wouldn't eat
is
that.
is the hamburger? Is it like disassembled or is it like?
It's
No,
the
just like
patty,
a
I think.
hamburger meat.
Oh, okay. I was expecting like literally just like a full fucking
Because
like
that's
Whopper.
pretty much like what
Well,
we
look
had
at this
at,
picture.
that's pretty much what we had at, like, I wouldn't get, here's the thing, I wouldn't get potato salad. I don't like the idea of cold potato
Yeah.
salad, but like the fries or whatever. That's pretty much what we had at fucking Carver's when we were in Alaska. That was like fries and then like sausage
Kind
patty
of.
and then
No,
like
but that was
meat and then gravy all over it.
That was breakfast potatoes and eggs and sausage
Yeah.
with like sausage gravy on it and shit.
That's
That
like
is not
5
the
ingredients
same.
in this.
This is potato salad, macaroni salad, ketchup, mustard, brown gravy, hamburger meat.
Yeah,
That is
wouldn't-
not a
but
well
I
put
wouldn't
together
I wouldn't get the
breakfast
potato
platter.
salad, would I? I'll get stuff that I actually like in it.
But it's still okay. Even if you got all the most base choices from the bottom list,
Yes.
the fact that you have to put brown gravy and then ketchup and
Yes.
then mustard and then
Yes.
onions on it, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
I mean, I think the problem is like the visual aesthetic, right? It is
No, it's the
inherently
taste.
sloppy.
I will concede-
It's
I will
not the
concede-
visual
I d-
aesthetic.
I don't.
Yeah,
the
but-
idea of the sweet sauces on top isn't really doing it for me, but I'd still
Right,
try
yeah.
it. But like, I think other than that,
Well,
it's
that's
like,
what I mean.
That's fine.
Like,
I'll do
I
it.
can
Fuck
see.
it.
I can see how some of those ingredients could mesh together okay. Like,
Yes.
ketchup, mustard, hamburger patty. That to me makes sense. But once you get down to the base and you start hitting like the fucking pasta salad and the macaroni,
Ketchup on macaroni salad.
like that's when it starts getting a little
Again,
weird.
Just cut that whole operation out. I don't like that. I agree.
this
Get
picture
that
on
out.
this website has macaroni salad on their build. We can't
That's their
we
build.
can't
That's their
ignore it.
It's the classic. My brother in Christ, you made the sandwich thing. That you
Right,
chose
yeah.
the shitty salad.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
You
is
can't
true.
get mad at it. These guys picked the fucking awful option.
If I was
Yeah, did
drunk
they-
as
did they
fuck,
start
this
this
would go
article about-
hard.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
so
100%.
this reminds me of
Yeah.
HSPs, which I think I've talked to you guys about. So I think that's why I'm kind of like,
Yeah.
yeah, I could see this working. Because that's pretty
Yeah.
much the same thing. It's the white
Yeah.
man's
Yeah.
HSP.
Sure, but I feel like in instances like HSP and carne asada fries,
Yes.
the actual mixture itself makes sense. Like
It's
carne asada
fire.
fries, French fries,
Yeah,
meat,
yeah.
sour cream, guacamole, and then you do whatever you want after that. This. It's honestly, it is mostly just the starches at the bottom that are throwing me off.
But
I feel
brown
like if
gravy and ketchup is the biggest issue to me, honestly.
I
don't
keep forgetting
understand
about the
the
gravy, to be
point.
honest.
I
I
do
keep forgetting
agree
about the
that those
gravy.
two aren't exactly a hot mix.
Yeah.
But you know what? Fucking
forgot there was
try it. If
gravy
it's
on
just a
there.
bit of sauce on top, no big.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
yeah,
Nah,
I mean,
it's more of like a pride thing to not eat this. But if I was drunk, this would go hard.
yeah,
We just
And you
Like
also
New
get
York.
like bread to sop up all the shit. Which I mean,
Yeah.
sopping up. I mean, I'm not even gonna go there. I've put ketchup on bread and ate it before, but I just don't see
And
bread to
grape
be. I don't
juice.
see ketchup to be a
ketchup,
sopping
I'll put
device
ketchup
for
on
bread.
pussy.
right. I do that. Sabrina gets very mad
What
at
the
me.
fuck? Anyway, to answer your question, yes, I would eat this.
I would
I'd
not.
try anything once. I'm
I would
like,
try it, but like if you're asking me
Yeah.
if I would eat this for my pleasure, no.
for your pleasure. If
I'll
this
eat it
would
for
be
your
weird for your
pleasure.
pleasure. There you go.
I'd eat it for the beef viewers' pleasure, but
All right. Well, I'll eat New York garbage.
for the
please.
the BeefBoys New York vlog. We'll get 600 of these and eat nothing else.
Yeah.
favorite board game? My favorite is Mousetrap. Dude, I haven't played Mousetrap in so long. There was a Mousetrap roller coaster at some amusement park, and it was
Really?
one of those ones that are like, it's not really going fast, and there's no edges or guardrails. It's literally just like a cart, and there's like sharp turns, and literally.
Yeah.
Every year it would fall off and someone would die because it was like a really it would just take really hard turns and there was
Mousetrap.
no rails. Yeah, and it was just called Mousetrap. But that's a good one. I really
Mousetrap's
like
sick.
Monopoly, but to not be basic, there's a game called
You
Secret
like Fortnite
Hitler.
Monopoly.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Fortnite
Hitler?
Monopoly. Yeah, Secret
Racist
Hitler.
Garfield.
It's basically like it's like a Mafia or like Among Us. It's like a secret hidden role game where you have to kind of communicate and figure out. There's like a Hitler, a chancellor who's like his right hand man, and then a bunch of innocents, and you have to do like heads down, hands
like
up
Mafia.
things and different debates to like figure out who's who. It's
sure.
really fun.
Right.
Does D&D count as a board game?
Yeah,
It can.
Well, there
I'm
we go.
going
I think it'll do.
tabletop here
it.
because
Board
it's
game.
not. Yeah, his Secret Hitler is not a board game.
D&D or there's another game we have called Lords of Waterdeep, which is technically a D&D themed game, but it's clearly one of those games that they just like made a game and then like shopped it round, and then some company with an IP was like, we'll just slap that over top. So it's a D&D themed board game, but it is actually really fucking fun. We played that quite a bit.
Cool.
Yeah, fucking shout out tabletop games.
Shouts
bro.
out boards.
Shout out boards and games.
And
James.
Board
James.
bro, thanks. I just want to be a little selfish here. Slippy dong bag ass. James, what do you think about Charlie's Halo 2 Ultra Lasso bounty? If you guys don't know, Charlie offered $5,000 for people to beat Halo 2 on Lasso, but they have to take this one skull off that like really helps because you can be invisible and shit.
What's Lasso?
And, it's legendary all skulls on. It's like it's a Halo colloquial thing.
Yeah. I know.
So it's on the hardest
I know
difficulty
I know the
with all
skulls.
the skill multipliers. Like you in the campaigns, you can find skulls that change the difficulty and do wonky shit. Like you turn the HUD off. Aliens have 2 times their health. Extra grenades. You know all this shit.
Yeah.
So, but Halo 2 is notoriously hard because of a bunch of like developer crunch and like the game basically 6 months before it shipped was like completely nuked and they had to restart. And it led to Halo 2 is a lot of people's favorite games ever, but the campaign is so hard and like there's just all of this shit, and no one's ever beat it Lasso, but with this one skull off, because if you can't go invisible, then it's like really hard. And dude, there's been some clips of like people streaming and like they're trying to do it because Charlie was like, you have to stream it and then show your evidence, and if you did it, no one's ever done it, I'll give you $5,000. And there's like
That's crazy.
clips of people like streaming trying to do it and stuff, and like someone's in their chat like backseat gaming and they die and they smash their fucking monitor, and then they like ban they like ban someone
That's
from their
epic.
chat and they're like, shut the fuck up. And
Please link me that. I want to see that.
bro, so yeah,
I
if I
also want
find
to
it,
see that.
if I find it, I'll show it. It's so
That's
fucking
epic.
funny. But yeah, I don't think anyone will ever be able to do that. I think it's literally like statistically impossible. Halo 2 is it's not hard in a Elden Ring way. It's hard in a they broke shit and you couldn't patch games back then. And
You gotta have calculator brain to beat it.
yeah, like Super Smash Bros. Melee, like the glitches are what make it. Halo 2's campaign is very that as well. So like they never fixed it, but yeah, that shit's like just luck of the draw, but it's like 1 in fucking 10 billion. So no, I don't think anyone will ever beat it. Panflu Skeleton asks, when was the last time you truly felt ugly, physically, mentally, or whatever form?
Oh god.
Every day.
I feel ugly every time I look in the fucking mirror, bro.
Yeah. Next
Listen,
question.
just because we're men doesn't mean we don't have our insecurities.
Just
Yeah,
doesn't
come
mean
on,
we
next
don't cry.
Yeah.
I think there was when I went to the Dance Gavin Dance concert, I slicked my hair back all swag, and it was like when it was way more blue in the front, and it looked really cool, and I was so happy. And then I got there, and immediately it was so hot and moist in that room that the moisture, like the humidity, completely dissipated all of my hair gel and stuff, and all of
I
my
know what you mean.
all of my hair did like the fucking K-pop look, where it's like you have 2 like halves and like little bangs like a little bit in the front.
Yeah.
It looks good on other people. It didn't look good on me. And I remember I was so happy. And then on the way, I had to take a shuttle bus back to where my car was parked because there was overflow parking and it was like so packed. And I saw myself in the reflection of the window on the way back. And I thought I looked so cool all night. And I saw myself and I was like, man, I hate me, man. I look so bad. What the
That's
fuck?
painful.
That was probably
Listen,
my last one. That was a couple months ago.
You're
Yeah,
a very,
well, keep
you are
in
a very
mind-
handsome man, James. I would
You
let
are a very
your
handsome
reflection
man.
rely
But-
to you.
Yeah, both of you guys are very handsome men.
Oh, stop
We're
it.
all
Oh,
handsome,
shut up.
man.
And sorry, somebody just revved their fucking motorcycle outside my window. It
I
scared
can
me.
hear it. They're here.
Yeah.
I tried to talk while I was
They hear us
drinking and it didn't
complimenting
pan
each
out. I hear that right now, bro. That shit's crazy.
Oh.
He be
Oh,
there he
he's
goes.
gone. Yeah, he killed himself. His sister's gonna write about her tostada recipe after this.
Throwback.
Now, this just kind of goes to everybody. If you ever feel ugly, just know that
Kill
the way
yourself.
that you perceive yourself, I'm looking right at the camera. The way that you perceive yourself isn't the way that others perceive themselves.
facts.
They probably perceive
no,
it a
sorry,
lot
cares
worse.
no,
about you
sorry.
enough to
I
look at
fucked
you
that
that
up.
hard.
Yeah, I fucked that up. The way you perceive yourself isn't the way that other people perceive you, because it's like something. They got like mirrors where
You're
you can,
probably
like, view
being too
yourself and
generous to
true-
yourself. They probably see you a
Yeah,
lot
you
worse.
fucking
They
piece
see you a
of
lot
shit.
worse. You look like shit, and they know it, and they are not telling you.
And they're talking about it behind your back.
Nah,
I can guarantee you that.
no one gives a shit about you nearly as much as you do. Like no one looks at you and
Exactly.
thinks you're having a bad hair day. They just think, oh, you did your hair like that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
give
you
a
know,
fuck. I want to talk about me now. That's
Yeah,
basically
I-
90% of
That's,
people.
that's most people.
100%. Yeah, because I don't think I've ever looked at somebody and been like, man, they're fucking ugly.
Yeah,
you know,
me
like,
neither.
like you go to Walmart. Like at the most I've looked at
That's
people
what
and
I
thought,
was thinking of too. Going to Walmart,
Yeah.
like even the people you see there.
yeah, like the weirdest fucking characters. It's not like I'm not looking at like I'm not judging people based on like their physical appearance. It's always like just literally how they like
It's their
just how
energy.
yeah like are they walking with like some weird fucking swag I've never seen before?
That's-
Like
so
I'm gonna
they
look at
obviously
that. and be like,
stories
what
you
is
tell.
that? Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
what
like,
you were saying is if you have a weird walk, you should feel bad.
yeah.
Yeah, if you have a weird walk, you can't. Honestly, if you have a weird walk, try to fix that.
Just
dude,
end it,
People
honestly.
do be picking
First.
up on a weird walk.
yeah. I'd definitely be picking up on weird
I'd
walks.
be picking up on a weird walk from a mile
I'd be
away.
laughing at weird walks.
I
think-
do
I
be
think the-
laughing at weird walk.
yeah.
Sorry.
I think the worst I feel is when I like get photos taken of me or when I record videos, because I'll like look at
Yeah.
myself in the mirror in the kitchen, or sorry, not the kitchen, the bathroom, and be like, okay, yeah, I don't look too bad. My hair
Same.
looks alright today, and then I'll like
Yeah.
film a video, like film footage, and then like put it on my computer and look at it and be like,
Like, whoa.
what the fuck?
Yeah. No,
I look
I've
great in
straight
the
up
mirror.
like, yeah, I've straight up like put off editing before because of like just very, very like bad insecurities. But it's like because you know when you edit videos of yourself, like it's very tough to get in the mindset to stare at your face for like a few weeks.
yeah,
you
and
know what
listen
I
to your
mean?
voice, as we said earlier. They're not so much
Yeah, exactly.
art these
Yeah.
days, but when you start,
Right,
you
yeah.
definitely have to be like, okay, I just have to like power
Yeah.
through the cringe of,
Right.
you know, yeah,
Yeah,
No,
but it's
I
almost
get that
harder
too.
to stare at yourself than hear
I've
yourself.
even
I'd
like
say.
looked into what like aperture the human eye sees at, because I was like maybe that, because obviously like the focal length of a camera really pushes your face in or extends
Oh,
it out,
right, yeah.
and that obviously changes how you look quite a lot. So I've even tried
be
to be like,
sexier
okay,
and
I look
60
nice in the
frames per
mirror with my human eyeball. How can I match that with a camera? Because then I'll look
Yeah.
how I see myself, but
Right.
I don't
I've
care
never
enough to
thought
actually
about
do
that.
it.
yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those GIFs where it's like the same photo of a dude from like with different focal lengths or whatever, and it's
Yeah.
like
I
it goes
have.
from having like a flat face to having like a fucking like
Looking
you
like
know,
Ice Poseidon, looking like
yeah,
fucking-
like POV fucking
Yeah.
high
Looks
like
Jay
fish
Scott's
lens
profile
shit.
picture.
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
actually,
that
did you know
That
that in,
photo I
in a
took
lot?
of Courtney.
I found this out. I found this out recently that made me feel a lot better about myself. In a lot of porn, the angles that they film at, just like especially like POV shit, be making their dicks look way bigger, even by accident, like amateur people, just because of the angles you're doing.
Yeah.
But also a ton
Yeah.
of porn, professional porn, uses special lenses that make the good part like you know that if I film you from here, that dick is gonna look fat and that booty
Yeah.
gonna look fat.
Well, yeah, so
That
So,
makes
like,
sense.
but they
They
hide
put,
it
like-
really well.
I reckon
Yeah.
a lot of them have very small amount of fisheye, just so that like when they do film
Yeah.
like an ass or a titty or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like, oh no, that's definitely
Which
definitely way-
makes
Yeah.
me feel
The ass
better
be
about
looking
my
like
penis. Exactly. That's what they're doing to their dick, and when I found that out, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, my dick don't
No
need to look like
bitches.
that to be lit.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They film it with the same camera they filmed Spy Kids 3D.
put on your
Exactly.
3D penis
Put
now.
on your 3D glasses now.
I've never
Turn
I
on
haven't been to a-
smell-o-vision.
I haven't been to a 3D movie in so long, and they like still a lot of movies do them still, but like,
Do they?
dude,
I was
at
wondering
least
if they
near
still
me,
do it.
the movie theaters near me have it's like standard, 3D, 3DX, XD, IMAX.
What?
What
What
are
are,
those?
what are
The-
those?
So
What does that
dude,
do?
So those they have seats that move. XD is
What
I
the
think it's
fuck?
at Cinemark.
What?
I swear to God, I found
the
this out recently
fuck?
because I was like, what the fuck is it? There's D, XD, 4XD.
I thought it was
and
some fucking Tumblr shit.
No, well, yeah, exactly. I was like, what? Like what? They dim the lights a certain amount, or there's extra like bass in the audio. Like I don't
Yeah.
fucking know. Like, but it was like, no, our seats like move.
Is it kind of like, I imagine it to be kind of like Shrek 4D, if you guys ever
Shrek
been to
4D
Shrek 4D.
and Universal, bruh.
Yeah, that's
But
what
Shrek
I'm
that has
imagining.
like mist and smells and
Yeah,
stuff.
I wish every movie had that.
I wish
That was,
every
like,
movie had that too.
that blew my mind as a child so hard. Like
I've
to
never
like
been to
sit
a
It's
down
only
funny
and-
'cause it's
one.
4 minutes long. That's
Dude.
why. Doing that for an
Yeah.
entire movie would be like $1 billion,
That is true.
probably.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
it'd be
when
such a
fucking
hassle.
yeah, when Donkey like spits in your face and like
Bro.
you feel it. I remember the part. I think it's like when Shrek like he gets like caught in like the spider web or something, and like there's like a bunch of spiders, and he like throws it, and these little fucking things come out, and they like tickle your ankles. I remember like that scaring the shit out of me as a kid, but I fucking
hate
loved it.
that.
I was like, I wish all movies were like this. I feel like I'm fully immersed in
it's
the
so
Shrek
cool.
universe.
Yeah.
That
Like I
shit
went to
was
have
epic.
smell-o-vision just so I can play like.
Oh
fucking-
yeah,
And you just play horror games. It's just nothing but like rotting
Yeah.
meat for like 5 hours.
just rotting flesh.
There was all
Cadaver
that shit
smell.
like terrified me as a kid though. Like I know we talked
Yeah.
about at Universal too the King Kong ride, but they also had
Yeah.
a Twister, the movie Twister. That's like a tornado. They had one of those at
Oh.
Universal. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
they had that in Orlando.
yeah. So they have that at Universal, and they don't have the Universal in California.
No.
Okay,
We got a lot of
it
basic
was,
shit in
It was like
California.
there was like. It would like explode fire, and the wind effects would be like insane, and like the
Yeah.
ground would move, like the ground where you're standing would like break and like shit. And I like that
Sure.
shit. Like as a
Oh,
little kid,
yeah.
I was like fucking farting, crying to get out of there.
Yeah. No,
You legit feel the heat, like the fire goes, and it
Yeah.
like it gets really hot. And as like a 3-year-old, I'm like,
I'm gonna die. This isn't right.
Yeah.
if this gets any hotter, I might die.
I might boil. No, I know exactly. We have something. Well, we're used to have something like that, but they put it on the tram ride, so it's like the tram goes through this little tunnel, and then next thing you know, you're in like a subway station, and then like it's like an earthquake, and then like you got like the little stairs. It's supposed to look like
California
a subway
simulator.
station. Yeah, but like fucking water comes down, and then like a train comes by, and it like crashes,
Yeah.
and like a truck falls through the.
Is it like
the
on a
ceiling, and
screen or is it actually happening?
No, it's all actually happening. It's like a big.
Disney is that
Thing.
Disney? Because Disney has Backlot Studios. That's what that is.
No, that's Universal. Our Universal has backlots because they actually
Wait,
film shit there.
Is Universal Backlot? I always thought Disney was. I think Disney World has a backlot. Maybe they call it something different. I don't know.
No,
but it's the
I
same
think
thing. You're on like a
you're thinking
ride
of,
that like.
Yeah, you're thinking of Paramount though. Paramount does that.
Maybe.
Disney
Maybe we
here
just call it backlot.
doesn't really. Yeah, Disney here doesn't really have anything like that. I mean, it's
Our
more
Disney
like
definitely does.
that's crazy.
it's
our
epic.
Disneyland sucks. It's like it's just you got Disneyland,
Disney
and
World
you got
is
California Adventures.
yeah. Disney World is swag. Sturbs McGurbs asks.
Yo, that's
So-
very close to the N word.
I had a phase of my Serbs Serba McGurba asks.
Nick,
So I
Happy
had a
birthday.
phase of my life that I like to say funny things after sex. Have you guys ever had any strange or hilarious things said during sexy time? I be farting in bitches' mouths while they suck my
You do-
penis, but I
you do
don't,
be doing that.
I don't
You do
think
be
I've
doing that.
ever said anything. I don't think I've ever said anything funny. Although
I feel
I do
like
be want to
you've-
work in
you've
some
capped
comedy into
with that.
sex.
Yeah, I feel like you capped comedy with that. Like,
Yeah.
I remember
You
when
can't really beat that.
yeah, I think
Hot
you told us
Wheels.
about that on like Beef Boys episode 2 or 3. That's like a very early Beef Boys
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah,
and like
yeah.
I just like I still think about that. Like that shit's fucking wild.
Yeah, that's like
I
a
think that's like
consistent,
peak comedy.
a consistent thought. Yeah, especially when
Yeah.
like talking about gross shit that people do during sex.
Yeah.
That's gonna be pretty much at
Yeah.
the top.
No, but this
Right.
is funny. Have you guys
Yeah,
ever
no,
said
no, it
anything
was
funny?
no, it was hilarious.
No, yeah, it
Moments.
is,
So
yeah, it is funny.
This transcends. It's both gross and funny. Most of
Let's
it doesn't
go.
happen to me.
Well, I did.
so-
I did it to be
Right.
funny, baby.
And it
She
fucking
didn't think
worked.
so, but
She's
Yeah,
got a
because later
mouthful
on
of
a
shit
podcast.
particles. Yeah, she's listening right now.
yeah. You guys ever say anything funny to your goils, bro? You've been with them so long. You got to get funny with it.
Yeah,
no, I
mean,
definitely,
I feel
I
like
definitely do. I just can't think
Yeah.
off the top of my head like any standout moments. I guess, and again,
yeah,
very hard to top farting
Right.
in someone's mouth.
You ever do
Yeah, I
any
mean,
of the? You ever do any of those funny like 2009 men humor where it's like, I'm gonna punch my girlfriend in the back of the head and ride the bull as she tries to escape
Oh,
me.
the
so-
fucking,
you remember I'm gonna
yeah,
wipe
the
my
donkey
shit
punch.
in a condom and freeze it and put it on my girlfriend's top lip and call
Yeah, or
it
I'm gonna-
Sanchez.
I'm gonna come in my girl's nose and then punch her and then call that a strawberry shortcake. Yeah, I remember this.
So
What
gross.
was up with that weird
Dude, it
era
was-
of humor?
I don't know. That shit, I never, even as like a 6th grader epic sex style fucking guy,
Yeah.
like I was like, that's weird, man. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I've told you
even back
guys-
then.
You're punching your
Yeah.
girlfriend in the back of the head. That's the seat of the soul. They
Yeah.
call it that for a reason. That shit. You can't punch there in boxing for a reason, bro. You'll die.
Yeah,
that's where your
exactly.
spinal cord is. You can't punch your
Yeah.
girlfriend in the back of the head.
Back of the head.
What's
I
wrong
told
with
you guys
you?
about that fucking book that I was reading with like the Pussy Crisps and shit. It was literally, it was an entire book of just stuff like that. I'm gonna have to, you know what?
Give me your
I'm gonna
crisps.
find that book. I'm gonna, because
Find
it
that
has like
book.
illustrations. I'm gonna find that book on Amazon. I'm gonna buy it and we're gonna read it on Beef Boys. Because
That
like,
would be very
it is,
That'd be great,
it is
please.
literally like a book that's like this thick and it's all illustrated. It's just like fucking the fucking Boomer comics, you know, like that
Yeah.
art style. And it's just all shit like
There's a
that.
subreddit it's called Boomer Hentai, and it's nothing but those.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna beep
I'm
that
gonna
as
beep
well.
that. You guys never said nothing funny to your girls?
No,
I feel like I have.
No, I definitely have. I just can't remember. It's not a. It's
Yeah, it's,
Ask Emily
'cause
right
it's-
now.
It's one of
No.
those things where like
Damn
you know
it.
like there are moments like there are like things like Sabrina has said something funny, but not like funny, but it's just like funny in the context. Like
Funny how?
You know-
Funny like a clown.
my father.
my father
Yeah, it's-
was a pussy.
Yeah, I can't think of anything like because you know it's all in the moment. Like especially
Yeah,
when you're making love to your sweet woman, you try to forget
Oh, I
about
don't
like any
make
sort of
love,
awkward
brother.
moments.
Yeah,
You
no, I
guys
think
ever,
so.
your girl
my
ever make
brain's
fun of
not
your
like
flaccid penis?
all the
Wait, what?
time.
Yeah.
And like helicoptering it and shit.
It's like,
and, yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
how does shit so small?
And, you know,
Yeah,
it's
Sabrina, like,
but you
pulls it
know
in the
it
doorway and
gets bigger.
slams
Why
the
are you
door.
saying that?
and I like push it. You push it down, so all you can see is the head, and it's like all
I
like
hate
that.
Yeah. Oh god, that
I
makes
hate
me
I hate
cringe.
pushing it inside and like making it like fucking. I guess that's what you guys feel like all day. Because you got your skin still. I'd be pushing the head back inside all the skin sometimes. Like, oh, I hate that.
Domix, have you ever
Oh.
done it where you put your finger on the head of your dick and then you see how far up you can pull your foreskin? Because mine
Yeah.
does it pretty far.
Yeah, I have
That's
done that.
And then it goes up to the knuckle almost.
That is wild.
That's like shit I used to do like as a kid, like you know, because like in my mind, like everybody has foreskins. Like, oh, what's this cool little tag I have? You know,
What's this cool little guy?
I feel like it'd be really fun to like piss with it open different amounts.
Oh, you mean like
It's
a
real-
balloon, like
No,
letting
see,
it
I-
air,
well-
like with the.
Well, I mean, I have because that's just how it'd be. It's mostly annoying because
Yeah.
you'd forget, like you're drunk or something, and
Right.
it sprays everywhere, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
thank
I feel
you.
like I would be so much less like. I feel like as a teenager, I would have been much less nervous about like showing a girl my penis for the first time if I still had my hood.
Really?
I feel like not for like the like what's more normal, I guess, but it's like just like I don't know, your penis feels more like
Dude,
like
you
dressed
can
up
pull
or
it. You get to
something.
like make a
Yeah.
cool shotgun sound and go and pull it back.
No,
It's,
not even. But
That's
it's
true.
more of like a philosophical thing where it's like my penis
Yeah.
still has his clothes on, like he feels
Oh
secure.
yeah.
Yeah,
and, then,
it's-
and when
it
you feel
is-
comfortable, you can pull it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. There used to be such a stigma against foreskin. I like how we're the foreskin podcast now. There used to be such a stigma against foreskin. Like I remember hearing because I had a lot
Not where
of
I'm from.
I had a lot of like you know like friends who were girls and they talk about like you know dudes they slept with or whatever. And it was so weird hearing them say like. And he still had his foreskin, and I'm like looking down, like, oh,
No, you're
yeah,
like
that's
you're like
so
the guy who was
weird.
you're like the guy who was bit during like a zombie movie.
Yeah,
and
zombie
you're
movie,
you're
like, I'm
don't
fine.
want anyone to find out.
yeah,
your
but my
foreskin
fucking
starts like
foreskin.
making like little squirty sounds, and they all turn to you, and they're like, "Yo,
That's just the wind.
that's the sound his dick was making." And your dick's just like makes little squirty sounds, and it's like, no.
Yeah, but it is funny how like just I guess the preference almost flipped because remember before like I used to be super insecure about like having my
Your
foreskin,
crazy penis.
but now I'm stoked on it. I fucking love this thing, right?
It's a
It's
nice
like
little It's like
yeah,
cool.
it's like I got extra. You know what I
bitches
mean?
used
Like,
to be hairy and now they're
It's on the
not,
breadstick.
like because you know every stuff goes out of
Yeah.
style, but like now the foreskin's coming back into style.
exactly.
This is gonna
Do
be
you think
our,
we'll
this is gonna be
have-
our era.
Yeah, exactly.
Is
So
there
Sorry,
we'll
James.
foreskin
rock again.
restoration? Can I get mine
I don't-
back?
I don't
There's
know
an
if that's a
episode of
thing.
there's an episode of Bad Unboxing where I just get sent a book about restoring foreskin.
Oh, that's
Yo.
right. Yeah.
I don't want to do
It was
no
like
joking or something. I want like a doctor to like reattach ass skin to the tip
Off
of my
like a
dick.
dead
You probably
guy.
can,
Oh.
right?
I was thinking like fucking organ donors.
Yo,
like they
organ
just take it
donors
off like
are
a
joke.
James just has
Yeah,
a little
guy.
black tip.
Yeah.
little Neapolitan cock.
It's
was
white
white when I
black,
bought it.
and then the inside's pink. That is a Neapolitan.
That is Neapolitan. Exactly. Anyway, thanks for watching Beef Boys.